Hey there, Dan Martell here, serial entrepreneur, investor, and creator of SaaS Academy. In this episode, I'm going to share with you the agenda structure to manage your weekly sales meeting. If you're like me and you started off and you hired a salesperson, you use this kind of approach of like hire and hopefully they figure it out. That doesn't work. And what we need is a cadence and a structure, and I'll give you all the different agenda items that I use in my weekly sales team meetings to manage millions of dollars of pipeline. I coach literally 100 plus SaaS founders build their sales team. One of my largest clients have 150 salespeople. They use this exact same format to make sure we create rhythm, routine, and most importantly, revenue. And at the end, I'm going to share with you how to get access to my Rocket Demo Builder, which is going to allow you to close deals in half the time at twice the size. Let's get into it. So when I was building my company Flowtown, we were a venture-backed tech startup out of San Francisco. It was an email marketing application for small businesses, and we decided we're going to hire some people to talk to customers. It wasn't like a sales process. It was really more of a, hey, we could either just let people go through their trials or just buy our product, but maybe it'd be a good idea if we have a conversation with these people. And it turned out, just by having the conversation, literally my sales training back then as I was 28 when I started that company, was, hey, when they hang up the phone, make sure that they have a better day because you called them. That was like the sales training. And over time, I realized there needs to be more structure, there needs to be talk tracks, there needs to be a flow. And the most important thing I could do for my sales team was to introduce a weekly cadence and structure. Since then, I've built my personal sales teams to incredible efficiency, literally getting them from zero revenue to hitting quota within 6 to 8 weeks. And I use this specific structure to help them nail that every week, including not having to do the meeting anymore, which is the best part. So if you want to learn to do that, let's get into it. Number one, wins. My favorite thing. All my meetings pretty much start with wins because it's a way to create momentum. It's a way for people to reset their perspective. I think that in life and in business, we can ask ourselves one of two questions. We could say, one, what's right about this situation, or two, what's wrong about this situation. And I've discovered is if you want to hire great people that are performers, we want to let them share what's winning in their world, because if somebody's not, it's going to want them to elevate their output to meet that standard of the team. So start off by just saying like 3 minutes of who's got some wins to share. Number two, pipeline. It is the most important thing that you have some tool. A lot of my clients use HubSpot. Others that are selling more enterprisey or higher volume or bigger teams will use Salesforce. But I would say a large portion use either a spreadsheet, a whiteboard, or a tool like Pipedrive or even Trello can work. But regardless, you need some tool and you need to review the specific pipeline of stages and deals and value of those stages with your team. And most importantly, for me, what I'm looking for, and the tool should do this, is to show who's behind on their follow-up or the amount of activities they should be doing for each stage of those deals. Because to me, if I can just quickly kind of red, green, or yellow know who's on top of it, who's are not, we can address it in the meeting, get them back to a state of higher performance so that they can start hitting their quota. Sales to me is very simple. It's activities. It's not having world-class salesmanship. It's literally following a process, being consistent with that process, and you will get the results. So we have to manage pipeline. Number three, roadblocks. I think it's important before the meeting starts that you invite everybody on your team to open up the standard. I use a Google Doc with all these agenda items in it and add a list, a bulleted list of roadblocks that they want to discuss or have questions around, so that as a sales manager, I know it's a big question because it's probably just you as the CEO and you're wearing many different hats, but as somebody's leading the sales team, maybe you're doing sales calls and other people are a part of that team, you want to unblock them. So any roadblocks that might come up, you want them to list them and then provide either some suggestions or some tweaks to your playbook or some recommendations to help them overcome that, some books, ideas, some training that you might have already purchased, etc. But have that part of the rhythm. Number four, buyer feedback. I don't like calling clients prospects. I think the word buyer is more interesting. It's somebody, I don't know. I use the word buyer. So buyer feedback is part of our agenda, and it's really about Asking the sales team who's talking to people, literally 3, 4, 5, 6 calls a day, doing product demos, discovery calls, making sure that we're incorporating that feedback into our sales process, into our competition battle cards, into the product roadmap, but making sure that there's an item to source that feedback. Part of the agenda is going to transform the value of your sales weekly meetings. Number 5, sales metrics. So the metrics are important in regards to individual sales team members' quota. What are their weekly, monthly, and quarterly goals? Are they on track where they're at? Ensuring that you look at capacity and like your calendar and schedule and like follow-up numbers. So whatever the metrics are for your sales motion, because if you have an SMB product, maybe you have a very light touch sales process to a mid-market, or an enterprise sales motion, you want to make sure that you throttle your metrics to match those different sales motions. I have some videos on my YouTube channel if you want to go search around sales metrics, but having that scorecard, I call it a precision scorecard, where you have the 5 key metrics for your sales team and maybe individual data points that you're looking per sales rep. It's really going to allow you to cut through the noise, help people understand if they're on track or not to hit the quota or hit their pipeline goals for the week and the month, so that you can make sure you hit your quarterly numbers. Number 6, announcements. This is your opportunity to have anything about the sales team or the product roadmap, or even your customer success managers, announce things to the whole sales team. So for what I like to do is I like to actually invite my CSM to our sales meeting, our customer success manager. That way, if there's any issues, especially around roadblocks or announcements, they can share that directly with the sales team. I never want to create a situation where marketing and the customer success managers feel like sales is this like rogue team of hunters, and they're out there and they don't really care about systems or process or feedback, and you want to invite them. So I have my marketing lead and my customer success lead on the sales weekly meeting so that they have a voice at the table and they can hear kind of what's being brought up by the team members, sales reps, and also just broadcast announcements on what's going on in the business, because often salespeople are they're hungry, they're pounding, they're doing the emails, they're dialing for dollars, they're not really paying attention to what's going on in the organization. Number 7, competitors. I think it's important to understand that most people actually don't know what they're doing in their own business strategy, so you shouldn't monitor your competitors for anything that they're doing and think that they're doing something better. I think you use the competitor feedback to at least be able to bring it up to your team to teach them how to overcome objections. So if your competitor launches this new module that solves a key issue in your software that you haven't solved yet, how do you answer that? So as a sales manager, you want to make sure that you create that awareness so they don't get blindsided on a demo call or a discovery call and then have to essentially wing it or make it up or sound uninformed. So competitors is always on there in regards to what people are doing so you can inform your team. And number 8, lastly, is training. One of the most critical things is making sure your team gets brought up to spec on different aspects of your sales process. Meaning that if you have a talk track for how to do discovery, how to understand the needs, how to look for a critical event, how to look for the emotional impact, how to deal with objections, how to deal with competitors, you want to make that part of a training curriculum. These are 10-minute at the end of your sales weekly meeting where you teach all the salespeople, hey, I just want to talk about dealing with this objection. Here's our protocol. Here's the script. Let's role play. Everybody does it. It's a quick 10-minute training. And it's just part of, and there's other sales training that should be involved in your process, but I just think on the call, it's just a great way to finish the meeting. It gives them a new tool to add to their toolbox and just leaves them feeling with a sense of excitement and confidence to bring to their next set of calls. So quick recap, the specific agenda structure you should be using for your weekly sales meetings. Number 1, start with wins. 2, review your pipeline. 3, talk about some roadblocks. 4, discuss the buyer feedback. 5, review your metrics. 6, announce anything that's going on across the company. 7, your competitors, so competitive analysis. And 8, train your team. As I mentioned at the beginning of this episode, I want to share with you my Rocket Demo Builder. You can click the link below to download your copy. It's my 9-box framework to allow you to literally cut your sales velocity in half, or the amount of time it takes to close deal, and double the size of your average deal. You can click the link to download that Rocket Demo Builder. It's helped my clients generate close to $1 billion in sales. It's yours for free. You can just click the link. If you like this video, be sure to smash that like button, subscribe to my channel, and click the notification bell. That is the most important thing, so you get notified when new videos are released. And as per usual, I want to challenge you specifically to live a bigger life and a bigger business, and I'll see you next Monday. Dan Martell here. That's a bit much.